Hi guys, welcome back, Enderboy here, and today I'm gonna be showing you a new part of our server. It'll be a 3-part series because we've implemented the project, it will be a 4 or 5-part series depending on whether I allow chi bending. But we've added the ProjectKorra plugin to our server and I really like it, so I will keep it right there. So this will be a 4 or 5-part series on how to use the bending plugin if you join our server. So of course the factions are still here. Understone will be the Earthbenders, the Western Civilization will be the Firebenders, and we're gonna build, and I wanted the Ender people to include everyone, but they're gonna be mainly waterbenders now, I think. But I also really like the firebending, so I'm still dubious on how we're gonna do that. It might change also. So yeah, that's it. Let's get right into it. So in this first video I'm gonna be showing you firebending. And first I'm gonna be showing the basics of firebending, so only firebending, not lightning or combustion bending. And then later on I will also show you lightning bending, which I will have the timestamps down below for lightning bending and for combustion bending. Right, let's get into it. So the basics of firebending is just a lot of damage and a lot of mobility and almost no defense. The only real defense you have is wall of fire, like this, against projectiles that come through it, and fire shield also against projectiles, but it doesn't really work that well and it can also be used as an attack. Alright, so all these skills are used differently. You have Illumination. This is more of a passive skill. If you do this, you enable a torch. Everyone can see the torch, you just carry it with you. This is very good for mining and just for at night, then you can see. So let's go into our main mobility. This is called jets or fire jet. Jets is a better version of fire jet, so we added it to the ProjectKorra. We have ProjectKorra add-ons, which include the bending board, and we have what's it called again? Bending essentials, which add-ons add the flame breath and the turbo jet and the jets and the fire disc and a few of the lightning abilities, and bending essentials is the bending board. So yeah, let's get straight into it. First off, Blaze. Blaze is just a ability where you cast fire at everyone. It doesn't have a cooldown, so you can just keep doing this. And if you press shift, it goes all around you, which is great for clearing some space and for burning, for example, pigs if you stand in the middle of them, because the fire goes out, so your cooked pork chop will not be burnt in the process, unless you double press it, of course. You keep pressing it. Alright. So, then you have fire shield, which I already showed a little bit. It just creates a dome around you of fire and it burns everything inside of that dome. So, with, of course, exception of you. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. You can also cast it there, and then it will burn everything inside there, except you again. So, Blaze and Fire Shield can be combined into a combo. If you press Shift on Fire Shield, you double press a block in front of you, you go to Blaze and you release Shift, you get a fire wheel. Like this. It looks quite awesome. It travels along the ground, so you can't really hit airbenders with this. And yeah, it's quite good. It does a lot of damage and it sets someone ablaze. Then you have Fire Blast. This is a basic ability for firebenders. It's your ranged throw fire at someone. You can also combo it by double clicking Fire Blast, shift clicking Fire Blast, and then you get a Fire Kick, which is a combo, which is a spread of the Fire Blast, only a little bit shorter. And you can also double press Fire Blast, go to Fire Shield, press Shift. Wait, I did it too slowly. Oh, no. Double press Fire Blast, press Fire Shield, press Shift, which allows you to get a fire circle, fire spin it's called, but it's just a Fire Blast in a circle around you. Which is quite good again for the same thing as this from Blaze. It's pretty good for pigs. You can also use this for pigs. Then you have heat control. It allows you to put lava into obsidian. If they were to allow me to do this. This is quite annoying, I know. But you just have a pool of lava here. Use heat control. You click it, or you click it and it becomes magma, and then stone. And then of course it will turn back if you break it. So that's quite cool if you have a base surrounded by lava. You can just use your shift, get over it, and destroy it behind you, which then creates another pool of lava. I believe that if you go far enough, like if you do this and then you go far enough, it will turn to lava again with most things, like most things. Only I don't know whether that's the case, so we'll find that out later. But yeah, that's heat control. You can also go into lava and swim through it. Burning will also not affect you if you have this in your hotbar equipped. You have to have your slots also pressed if you want to use heat control. Then you have Fire Burst. This is Fire Blast only on steroids. You charge it up using shift. Everything that's charged is using shift. Then you click, sends out this. It's a combination between Blaze and Fire Blast, as it also, if you have a shift like this and you just release it, it sends directions. It's quite a destroying ability, but as a firebender you can always clear it. If I can do this, you can always clear it pretty easily using heat control. If you press shift with heat control, it activates, so you can then shift near lava and it will turn to magma, turn to stone, and you can shift near fire and it will put out the fire. So yeah. Oh, and I also forgot something with heat control. If you triple press shift and you hold it, you will get a flame breath, I believe. I don't know why it doesn't work. But if you double press and then hold shift, you can get a flame breath, as you can see. It's a breath of color and not a flame breath though. Illumination we talked about, Wall of Fire we talked about, then Fire Disc. This is one of the old abilities of the lava benders, which was called Lava Disc. It is one of the add-ons, and you can control it in mid-air, as you can see. The airbenders also have Leaf Disc, which is also almost the same. Then you have Jets. This is the main movement ability you have, which is why I called it a mobile thing. Right, if you just press it while standing, you will start to float. You can also drop down giant cliffs like this with quite a lot of grace. Every bending type has a revert fall damage. So you do this, you just press it and you glide down pretty gently. And then it stops and you just drop down the rest. Oh, it just drops down entirely. Eventually the charge is gonna end and you will drop down, but this will be after a very long time, so you will be able to jump down from almost any height and survive it. Then the second part of jets is this. Flying. I'm not flying right now in creative mode. I can also do this in survival if I wanted to. It's basically an elytra flight, only you can control it fairly easily. And it's quite a long flight. I will show you. It has almost no cooldown and you can fly for about a minute or so, or a minute or two. It's quite a powerful ability, as you can fly almost anywhere. Only the airbenders have a better flight ability, which is mainly just called flight. We also have the skills plugin, so I can jump and get a little bit less damage. As you can see, that would normally have done around 4 or 5 hearts. Now it did only a few. So yeah, that was it for the main fire abilities. Now let's get into the lightning abilities. So as for the lightning abilities, you only have 4. Lightning, Electrify, Arc Spark and Charge Bolt. Electrify is more of a passive ability. It's not really a lightning ability as per se. So first, the basic one, lightning. This is just you shooting a little bit of lightning into the air. As you can see, it does around 2 hearts of damage, so that's quite a lot, but you have to also charge it. I will discuss Electrify later. Arc Spark is a quick charge and then shoot. This also deals around 2.5 hearts of damage in total. And it's a little bit shorter range than lightning, and it's around the same cast time or cast animation. Then Charge Bolt. Charge Bolt is you charge up, you will see a little bit of lightning next to you with the sound effect. Then you can click or just lightning. It's not a it's basically the lightning, only then you charge a little bit longer and you can get a lot more. Then I will come to Electrify. Electrify allows you to electrify water or metal with your lightning abilities. So if I do Arc Spark onto this, you can see it will slowly start to electrify the entire part which I hit. And if now squids would come into this, they will be slowed and damaged. And as long as those particle effects are active, the squids get damaged. So yeah, that's it for lightning. This is great against waterbenders and torrents, as you can use Arc Spark on their torrent and just charge their torrent and damage them like this. All lightning abilities and all lightning abilities travel over water, so they do like that. They don't go inside of water, they go over water, which is again great for trying to attack waterbenders. This is mainly the waterbending counter, as waterbenders can use their abilities to basically dispose of all your other abilities except for lightning and combustion bending, which we'll come to in just a second. So now for combustion bending. Combustion bending has 2 abilities. One is combustion, which is just the basic combustion beam. You can hold it and it will go further. It's a snipe ability. This is your sniping. As you can hit that tree over there, I think, from here. Yeah, you can hit that tree over there. And it's just a fire blast, which is a little bit stronger, and you can control it also. Oh, no, you can't control this one. You could control it in previous things, that's why I thought you could control it, but you can't. Then you have Combust Beam. This is the most powerful fire ability, period. You can charge it up, and then you will see a bar start to charge, if I do it correctly. You can see the percentage, and at 100%, if you release it, it will do this. It blows straight through razors of earthbenders and straight through almost anything. It also deals a lot of damage and sets it on fire, as you can see. You don't have to charge it all the way though. You can also just charge it to like 26%, and it goes a little bit slower and does a little bit less damage. But if you quickly want to fire it, you can always do that at like 12%. And then it's basically a combustion beam, a little bit slower with an explosion at the end. And 75 does this, which is already quite powerful. So you might want to use that instead of 100%, unless you can of course charge it at 100% because you're hidden somewhere and you try to initiate a duel with someone. Yeah, so these are the two main I stand on a hilltop and I destroy you abilities from the Firebenders. I quite like them, simply because they do explosions, which is not that great for the server though. It's a little bit annoying. You can destroy our kingdoms. I will look into whether I will make the combustion bending and the lightning bending a premium thing, but either way you can see it right now. I don't say that it will be a premium thing, maybe it will. Probably lightning bending won't be, since that's the only way to destroy a water bender as a firebender. But yeah, that was it for this tutorial on how to use firebending at our server. I will link the other episodes down below once they come out. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little episode of just server updates, I guess, with our new bending system. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe and share it with a friend. If you've enjoyed this episode, you might also want to see other episodes. I do secret bases and I do server updates and a bit of other games such as Terratech. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, I like you a lot. A lot. Also comment down below a few things, like just if you want to say anything, you can comment it always. I read every comment because I don't have anything better to do with my life. So yeah. Right. Goodbye, Enderboy.